Hello.
Hello.
I'm Cal.
And I'm Nick.
And this is That's Eurovision, baby. Your sultry beginnings. This is becoming a thing for you.
Sexier.
It's becoming
every week's a little bit sexier.
by the end, you're just like
by the end, this podcast is only going to be on OnlyFans.
yeah, it's pornographic.
Charge for entry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how have you been, Nick?
I've been absolutely fabulous. Thank you. How have you been?
I asked this not like I live with you. It's just the audience wants to know how you've been too.
How have you been since 10 minutes ago when we walked into this room? When we were also together.
Yes. No, this is a question for the audience to just understand you a little bit more.
I'm good.
Yeah. And that's the kind of quality content we deliver here on That's Eurovision, baby.
How are you?
Good.
So, what are we talking about today?
So today we are going to be doing another country ranking. So we ranked the last 10 entries from Switzerland and we thought, let's do it again with another country. Yeah. There's currently 37 countries competing in Eurovision and there's like 40 something that have competed throughout the country's the contest history. So it's a well rife with content.
Exactly. So we've decided that what we're going to do is we're going to take ourselves on a little bit of a journey, if you will, a little bit of a journey.
Yes.
So we started in Switzerland.
Yes.
Where we...
Logic was most recent host city.
Exactly. Where were we just when we had Eurovision last? We were in Switzerland.
Talk about Switzerland.
So now we thought, well, where do we want to go next?
Where are we
after
going?
Switzerland?
Exactly.
So we thought, well, Austria.
Yeah, so we're going to be ranking the last 10 entries from this year's winner and next year's host country, Austria, which will be the years 2015 to 2025. If you haven't watched our Switzerland video, we are not going to be ranking 2020s, not because the song was bad or we don't believe in ranking it, but because a large part of our ranking comes to live performance on the night. And unfortunately, because the 2020 contest was cancelled, we have nothing to judge there.
And we don't think that it's fair to rank a studio version where it's very easy to be excellent against a live performance where there is a lot less room for hiding.
And one thing that Austria has been consistent for is stage performances that do not live up to the expectations of the recording. So get prepared to enjoy some wildly different qualities and songs here. Austria, let's talk about Austria as a whole for a bit, because what a
mixed
last
bag.
10 years for Austria. Switzerland we had fun talking about because of how they sort of hit the accelerator in 2019 and just produced bangers.
Yeah.
I don't know if the same can be said for Austria necessarily.
No, I don't think that the same can be said for Austria. I do think that overall we've seen a general shift in quality from them. So obviously their last win before the fabulous JJ from this year was with Conchita Wurst.
Yes. So 2014. So unfortunately...
Conchita doesn't make it.
Yeah, the diva misses out by just 1 year. Oh. She would be high though, if you were wondering.
Yeah. So that being said, shall we jump into our 10th place then?
Yes. Nick, tell me and tell the audience, who have we put in the fated 10th place for Austria's last 10 entries?
So for the 10th position, what we would consider the least favourable Austrian song of the past 10 years, we have opted to go with 2019 Panda with her song Limits. Yeah.
Choices were made.
Yeah. Would you like to start, Callum? Give me your thoughts first.
Blue hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So now number 9. Everybody.
This song made... I don't know if I necessarily believe in the idea that songs aren't made for Eurovision. I think you can make any song sort of work on the Eurovision stage.
Yeah.
The problem with this song is it's very muted.
Yep.
It's very moody. It's very low energy. And they did nothing to elevate it. In fact, I think they managed to make it even more boring. Just so many odd choices. Like, it's such a muted song and the production doesn't do any favors for itself. It sounds very quiet on stage. It sounds so sparse.
Yeah.
She's not moving. And it's like that for 3 minutes and you think, is it building to something?
Yeah.
Are we going somewhere?
Yeah.
And then it just ends.
It feels like this song is maybe missing a bit of a payoff.
I think this song's trying to be like the XX.
Yeah.
Like moody atmospheres with a little bit of production thrown in. And you know I like kind of like slower songs that have like production elements like a drum machine or a synth. Yeah. But unfortunately, it just did not work here.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunately when you're going for a song contest, you can't have a song that's like minimal energy unless you're Blanche, in which case you can do whatever you want.
Or unless you're that Slovenia couple from 2019.
yeah.
That's how you do low energy.
Exactly. Yeah, look, this one for me, I think, unfortunately, her vocals, too breathy. Like,
Yeah, we wanted to talk to you about that, actually. Yeah, she makes a choice with her vocal delivery, doesn't she?
Because the thing is that when she puts her full power behind her voice, she can actually sing. Like,
Yeah.
she's got a nice voice. I just think that the decision to sing this song in such a...
She sings it? Yeah.
for my ASMR girlies.
Do it again for the ASMR girlies.
Sorry for anyone who is... Actually, I was going to say sorry to anyone who's just listening to this without the visuals, but I'm sorry for anyone that's watching that
Sorry
too.
for anyone listening to this full stop. That's just a catch-all warning.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that, the breathiness of this song, I think, unfortunately, sort of, it just makes the song feel so empty, and it actually makes it quite difficult to understand.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
could not-
even reasonably sure on the lyrics of this song.
Look, she's suffering from singing in cursive, which is not great.
No.
But yes,
I will say,
wrapping it up, Nick, final thoughts.
I will say props to the staging. I quite enjoyed the...
Staging was quite cool.
Like the LED sticks that she's sort of like in a little forest of.
It looked like she was like floating in space and there were like stars around her,
exactly.
which was quite cool.
But even then, I feel like they were sort of underutilized to what they could be.
I think to sum up, this song was too sparse, sung oddly, and it had all these elements that I liked, but just 10%.
Blue hair.
And blue hair. But anyway, we've got number 9.
Now, I do believe that I can confirm number 9, no blue hair.
No blue hair, because our 9th place is the next actually entry in Austria's chronology, 2021. It is Vincent Bueno with Amen. One of 2 songs named Amen in 2021.
That is true.
Yes. Nick, give me your thoughts.
A little bit too... Now, as someone who loves musical theatre, I should love this song. It's too much musical theatre.
Yeah.
I think...
I get that.
It's very... the way that he... Like, first of all, lyrics too on the nose.
Yes, lyrically not a fan.
It's far too... Like, I am going to use your example that you use all the time. I am going to the shops and now I am shopping and I'm going to buy some milk. It's a little bit too...
Literal.
Yeah, it's a little bit too literal. And I also just think that his pronunciation is very much like this, and it's I did not think that you would bury us. It's giving a cut song for Time from Hamilton.
Wow, so you criticised the last entry for not being clear enough, and now you're criticising Vincent Bueno because he was too clear.
Yes, because unfortunately, because of his additional clarity on his words, I could hear them and I didn't like it.
Over-enunciating every single line. Yeah, that's very musical theatre.
It was just a bit much for me. And the song, it's a bit derivative. I will say, really enjoy the chord progression in the chorus of like, Amen, Amen. I just really enjoy that sort of like off note that he does when he sort of gets to the top. But that's about as much as I can say that I enjoy about this. You?
I'm a lot more negative on this song.
What a surprise.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's one genre of music I don't like at Eurovision. It's the you've made it to the final of your country's X Factor, and this is the song they've given you that will be released when you win, on the day of that you win, and it's the most derivative, like this was hollow, ballady piece of crap you've ever heard.
This was a song written by the Simon Cowell Slop Factory.
It's the Simon Cowell Slop Factory, exactly.
Read him.
Simon Cowell. Sassy slipe. No, it's like I don't know if you ever heard Little Mix's Cannonball, their winner's song.
Oh, I don't think I did, and I don't think I wish to.
Crashiola.
Yeah.
Angels Brought Me Here, Guy Sebastian. It's classic Australian culture, but
to be fair,
still,
that song fucking slaps.
But it's that
don't you bring that song
that
into
whole
this.
genre of like, here is the most derivative ballad you've ever heard, singing some loose song about inspiration or making it, and it's just delivered in the most nothing way. And this song is just that to a T.
Yeah. It feels a little bit like they did what I like to call the X Factor checklist, where they basically sit you down in a room and they go, which of your parents is dead? Have you got any dead siblings? Have you faced adversity in your life? Have you ever been poor? And they just sort of tick them off.
And this is how you'll overcome it through singing this song.
It's like, okay, now we've got your backstory sorted, which means that we need to build a song around that.
So yes, I'm not a big fan of that.
Sorry, Vincent Bueno, that was quite harsh.
Guy can sing. Okay, I will say that the guy can absolutely sing, and I have no notes about him vocally, unlike Nick and his over-enunciation problem. Didn't really notice that when I listened to the song. I just find the choices of just production and just overall song direction is just the opposite of what I like listening to. Not much else to say, to be fair.
Speaking of overall song direction, let's move forward.
Oh, yep, direction. I'm learning his segues better, guys.
He's learning them better, but they only get worse.
Speaking of directions.
Yeah, speaking of directions, let's move on. So we'll move on to our 8th place finalist, which we have chosen to award the fabulous 8th place
Is it an award when you're in 8th of 10?
It's a participation trophy.
True.
To 2017's effort from Austria, which is Nathan Trent with his song Running on Air.
Yeah.
The Script Light.
This song is weird. It feels so weirdly dated even for 2017.
Yeah.
Like it is. It's the script.
It's
what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Overall,
he seems nice.
he seems lovely.
He's got a good voice.
Yeah, he's got a lovely voice.
Beautiful gowns, gorgeous gowns.
Beautiful gowns, gorgeous gowns. The song, I think, is generally well performed. It's just
like Vincent
not
Bueno. It's
engaging.
just a bland, bad song.
Yeah.
It qualified for the grand final in 2017, which
is more
is a
than
bit-
can be said for the other two.
Yeah, it's a bit shocking. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
But I just find this song to be slightly insufferable. He's dressed like he's just walked off a H&M commercial, and he's got those awful silver winged sneakers. Which I don't get. And then that Disco Ball Moon that he's performing on. I don't know, just so many choices for this song that make it feel like it's trying to be... Okay, can I say something controversial?
Say something brave. Hey, this is a safe space.
Say what I want to say.
And let the words fall out.
Yep. This song is giving like it's a Christian rock song. Like Christian pop.
I very much get that.
Yeah.
Which is ironic considering we just talked about Amen.
I know,
but
that's hilarious. It's giving Jesus song. Yeah.
Overall, though, I will say that I think that, look, this one and Amen are probably relatively interchangeable.
Yeah, there's not much of a gap between the two.
I will just say that I think that the pronunciation and the overmuchness.
Yeah, Nick, give me your pronunciation factor with this one.
The pronunciation on this song is fine. Overall, I think Nathan Trent enunciates well. I think that he can sing. The song's okay. It's just not my favorite.
Yeah, I think there's not much really else to say about this song. I'm sorry. And this is what we're kind of getting at with the Austrian entries is that I think quality-wise, there's some shaky ground here before you get to the gem.
Exactly, because I will say...
We're taking a big jump in quality now.
So I reckon... So we'll move on to our 7th place finisher, and I will say that from here onwards...
Oh my God, yeah.
We actually like the songs.
Yeah, I can confidently say I like all the rest of these songs.
I think all of the rest of the songs are enunciated well.
The enunciation factor, done now. We don't need to talk about it
Exactly, we don't need to talk about talking.
Yes.
But we do need to talk about our 7th place entry.
Yes, it is Lumix, ! With Pia Mia, Halo, the Austrian entry from 2022. Did not qualify, but we did rank it above a qualifier.
Yep.
You know how I was saying in the past, or just before, that Austria has a bit of a problem with great recorded songs failing on the stage? I'd say this is maybe one of the most famous examples.
Yeah, I think this is the peak example.
When people talk about songs that aren't performed well live, I always see Halo come to the mix.
Oh yeah,
I think into the Lumix. It gets major points purely because the song is
it slaps.
Banger. I love a bit of EDM pop. And this one does that so well.
This is categorically in the rotation.
Yes.
But it is also quite synonymous with a song that slapped in the studio and was a slap in the face on the stage.
I think the big issue here is Pia Mia's vocals in the recorded version. She's singing kind of in an upper register. Yeah. She's got reverb on her voice. It sounds very cool. And then in the live version, it's flat.
Yeah.
The whole thing is flat. And I think that was very apparent to all listeners involved.
Yeah. I also think that this one is probably another one that I would say suffers from the curse of the DJ on stage effect.
Yeah, DJ on stage effect broken by Gabri Ponte of all people this year, but DJ on stage effect was in full effect here.
Yeah, I think it's such a shame because this song is such a banger, but I think There's really not actually that much to say on this one other than it was a very good song performed very averagely.
Mediocrely. I will say, though, 2022, odd year. I think the audience had an appetite for more acoustic-y sad songs. I think you could be forgiving for this song and send it through to the final. It would have had a really good place in the grand final and been a real fun party starter. But I understand why it didn't qualify.
Even I can't sit here and say, should have made it, because it's just, unfortunately, the data that I intook with my eyes suggested otherwise. But
Nick describing watching TV, so I was intaking data with my eyes.
So basically, I was me when I say that I'm doing research, but it's actually just me watching 8 hours of television.
Yeah.
But I reckon that sums up our 7th place entry. So let's move on to number 6.
Number 6.
We have Das Fabulous Zoe with her song from 2016.
Yes. This is probably the song we may disagree about the most.
Yeah, so I would have potentially liked to have seen this one higher, but I will say that I am very much... There are two very distinctive components of this song.
There are two wolves inside this song.
There are two wolves inside this song. There is the song itself, which I think is fun and sweet and cute, and I will say she can sing. She sounded gorgeous on the night. She looked lovely. And then
beautiful gown.
It was beautiful gown, gorgeous gown. Although I will say someone needs to get out there with the scissors because she's got a little hanger coming off, and it looks like she's got like threads coming off the bottom of the flower.
Oh, gal.
And I think the dress itself has like little fluffy accoutrements on it, but where it's coming off, it just looks like it's shredded. And they do a lot of close-up shots on her, and it's all I can see. Note for next time. But what I can't abide by is the Austrian delegation all going to see Wicked together, or going and sitting down and watching The Wizard of Oz and being like, well, the staging's done, guys. Don't worry about it. And just running with that. I enjoyed the little flowers that, like, as the little ding, ding, ding would, like, sort of pop up. I thought that was fun, but it was a little bit too Disney Channel Junior for me. What are your thoughts and feelings?
I don't know. I do have two very conflicting views on this song.
You have two wolves inside
I have two wolves inside of me. I think overall I don't like this song that much. I would have put Halo above it in my own personal rankings. It's weird. This song is undeniably catchy. That chorus, you always remember. It has like a fun little Europop element to it. Like it's and a really nice rhythm to it that makes it...
It's got a bit of doof.
Yeah, it's got a bit of doof to it that you wouldn't expect, which I really appreciate. Again, she sings well, but I just think this song is so childishly presented. It's Disney princess.
It was very much
fairy
like
godmother. Yeah, it just feels like a junior Eurovision song. And I don't know if it's just the staging has kind of made its way into my perception of the song.
No, I think you've got a point. Like, I see it is a bit junior Eurovision.
Yeah, it just even listening to it without the visuals, it sounds like a fairy princess song.
Yeah.
And that's not really my cup of tea for a Eurovision song. I want something that's maybe a little bit edgier, a bit cooler.
Wants a bit more doof.
But it's so weird though, because I find like this song, it's like, especially if this like bottom half of the ranking, like instantly memorable. I like the chorus is really, really cool. It has these elements that I think 100% are done successfully, and that's probably why it did quite well in 2016. However, I just can't shake off this like fairy princess garden aesthetic that for me cheapens the song.
I completely agree. I think that if this had been sent to junior Eurovision, I reckon this would have absolutely fucking cleaned up.
Yeah, it's a bit too junior Eurovision. It's a bit too, like I said, Disney princess. Like, she's performing this in the Disney World parade, as opposed to on the Eurovision stage.
Yeah, this feels like the kind of song that plays behind like Daisy Duck as she's like doing her dance performance at Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So unfortunately, that's why I've sort of maybe brought it down a little bit compared to where you'd put it, but I can't consciously rank it too much higher.
But you know what? That's democracy, baby.
That's democracy manifest. Yeah. Okay.
Shall we jump on to the next one?
We should, because we are now in 5th place.
Woo.
Top 5. we are going to be talking about a song that I adore.
Perhaps the greatest Eurovision song ever made.
The greatest Eurovision entry ever made. We are going back just 1 year to 2024's entry. Colleen, We Will Rave.
Dum-dee-dum.
Look, I simp out over this song like it's nobody's business. The second that girly bop EDM rave hit my ears last year, I knew I would stand this song. This song, it still goes hard to this day. Like, I love Euroduff. I love a bit of Euro Club. I love girly bop. It's sort of the combination of both. But I can admit, guys, because I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect, that this song and Colleen herself, she's a dancer, not a singer.
Yep.
She could not sing this song.
No.
And that's fine. I don't think that you have to be, an incredible singer to deliver a Eurovision song, but she was a bit flat for both performances.
Yeah.
She scraped by qualifying by the skin of her teeth, and then scored appropriately in the grand final.
And then the incident, of course.
Yes, we'll talk about the incident, but I just want to say, yes, so vocally, this song live was not it, okay? Performance-wise, stunty. Very, very cool. I think that her choreo was great. I loved her outfit. That was all sorts of iconic. Yeah. But sadly, technology would go on to betray our Colleen, because in her signature dance break, where she's quite literally thrown across that Eurovision stage by a flurry of background dancers, the camera glitches out and we miss the entire thing, meaning that even the visual elements of the song that should have saved it could not save it in the grand final. And I think that's also why, as much as from a personal level, I would have this song really high, I understand that there's a lot more factors that go into this ranking, and I think fifth is a good spot for it.
I agree. Now, I don't quite share the same journey with this song that Callum does.
Fucking love this song.
I really enjoy this song, but not quite to the extent that Callum does, but that's okay. I think that we can all agree that if Colleen...
Freudian slip. He thinks Colleen is the same as Loreen.
I do.
Yeah.
Both two-time winners.
Yes, exactly.
I think that if Colleen had not had the graphic incident that we had, I think that it might have got 10 extra points.
Yeah, she wasn't going that much higher.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was... Unfortunately, I don't think it was the thing that derailed a winning performance. Let's just say that. She sang overall okay, but yeah... Again,
vocally quite weak.
Yeah, she's a dancer.
She's a dancer.
And tell you what, dance she did. Not that we saw it. But I think that I'm comfortable with having it fifth.
Yes. Thank you so much, Colleen, for your services. But we must now talk about our top four. So, Nick, with that, give me our fourth place in our Austria ranking.
So, for our fourth place, we've decided to go with the 2015 effort from Austria, which is the Makes or the Makes, unsure, because I think it's also a planet.
Spelling?
Yeah, it's SP question mark. With their song I Am Yours, notorious 0-pointer.
I think... Where was this on our underrated songs ranking?
Yeah.
Actually, because we watched 2015 recently, and this song stands out.
Fucking slaps.
It's so good.
It's such a good song. And, should it have won?
No.
But 0 points is fucking absurd.
I think it was just a Austria representing on home turf, was never going to do as well. But still, I am genuinely quite surprised how badly the song performed and doesn't get talked about. Again, I feel like it's a great example of a underrated song because nobody's talking about this song.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it right now because I think that this song, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Commodores, Easy Like Sunday Morning.
Oh yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, it gives me a little bit of that energy. His voice is beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you haven't had a look at their Instagram, their entire Instagram is pretty much just him doing covers of songs, which is quite fun.
Perfect.
But beautiful voice. I think that the song's really nice. I think that it was something a little bit different to a lot of the stuff that was happening that year at Eurovision, and I just think that it's really well performed. The staging, as it is for many sort of band songs, is kind of like nothing really to be like remembered or mentioned.
The piano's on fire.
The piano is on fire, which is probably the most remembered part of the performance.
They're also dressed in a painfully 2015 garb, you know?
Yeah, they sure
like
are.
felt hats and suits and feathers and all that stuff.
It kind of reminds me of Love is on
I definitely hear that. And hey, 6 years earlier, so they did it first.
Exactly, they were here first. I think that this was an overall robbery for 0 points.
Yeah, I think that it feels like I'm mentioning this every episode at the moment, but this song sits firmly in that late 90s, early 2000s British music nostalgia. Could be in a soundtrack to like Love Actually or something.
If this was sung, this could have been sung by Robbie Williams.
Yeah, the Robbie Williams effect. Like we've mentioned it quite a bit, and I don't normally talk this much about songs from that era, but it feels like it's a thing.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't really realize until we started talking about them a lot more how many songs sort of fall into this kind of like
which is
niche.
Great. Like it makes me so nostalgic and happy, and I think this song very much feels like that. It's delivered so well. I love the chorus. Like I can feel the emotion as he sings. Like he sings from this point of like passion. It's not delivered flatly at all.
No.
Just the whole song. Like we were debating putting this third. That's how much we like this song.
Exactly.
Like I sound off in the comments, guys. Like, do you agree? Like I know I know the makes Mikey Mikeys, I don't know what you would call them, but I know that no one really talks about them. But when you remember this song, do you also feel fond about it? Because we were literally sitting here doing the ranking and we just kept moving them up and up and up. Because we were like, this song's fantastic. Like, I genuinely think this song is so good.
Like, is the flaming piano a bit naff?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
But it's like overall, I just think that this was such a fantastically performed song. And I think that you can sort of like, maybe you could even compare this to like Sam Ryder a little bit.
The Black Mamba, Sam Ryder, even Voleve a Ser Duro. Like it's all of those shades of like songs that play with classic rock through a slight more maybe 90s lens.
Yeah, which is why it's so interesting to see songs like Voleve a Ser Duro and Spaceman get huge scores, and this get paid not just figuratively but literal dust.
I wonder if it's just a time period thing. Maybe it wasn't until the 2020s that people started developing an appetite.
People weren't nostalgic for the 90s in the mid 2010s.
Anyway, but yes, a great choice for fourth place. Honestly, absolutely no regrets putting it this high, and I'd put it higher. No, I wouldn't actually. I really like our top three.
To be fair, we had a robust and respectful debate about moving it higher.
I called him the C word.
I took out 2 of his teeth,
but not the ones you can see on camera.
That brings us then to our third position,
our bronze medalist,
our top
for our favorite Austrian entries of the last 10 years. Our third place goes to, of course, the one and only. César,
the inimitable.
Wow.
I also like to use that one, apparently.
It goes to César Samson with Nobody But You. 2018's Austrian entry won the jury this year. So that's how you knew it was getting paid very good points. Just a fantastic song. Like it's contemporary, it's pop, it's bluesy,
He's hitting that whole thing on the Britney mic.
Yeah, he's got the Britney mic. He's on that slightly raised stage. I
will say, this one, extremely effective staging for a solo performer. I think that like the staging that they did, the way that they played with the lights and sort of like that whole stage, it really felt like it was. Again, there are a couple of performers that you see that you're just like, oh, it's almost like the stage was built around their performance instead of their performance built around the stage. Because I think just having like all that underlighting effect and then the lights coming down from the top, I think was amazing. Mens can sing.
Yes.
The song's pretty good. It's fun and catchy. I will say that outfit is fucking heinous.
Yeah, look,
the
that
low drop, the drop crotch.
Leather shirt, drop crotch,
the drop crotch trackies I think are particularly offensive to me.
Say what you will about his outfit, I'm really high on this song. Like I think the chorus is one of those like instantly memorable choruses. I think it to this day, you know, I remember it distinctly from 2018. Like, it's never really fallen out of my headspace. It's produced really well. Like, I think we need to talk about just how well, like, the keyboards and the backing vocals are really balanced. Like, you hear it, but it's not overpowering.
This is what John Lundvik wishes he could be.
Yeah. No. And then I also think you've got I was explaining it to you, like when the chorus drops in that last big chorus where it like holds for a beat and then drops. Yeah. I love that. I think that's such a clever choice in production that makes it feel even more euphoric.
It's edging.
It's edging us. And then we finally climax into a beautiful chorus. You did. You set up that joke. Don't get angry because I finished.
Let's all come together.
Eurovision, grab your towels because we're about to come together. Oh, Petra.
Love you, Petra.
Okay.
But also love you, Caesar. The song, fantastic. And I think a nice breath of fresh air.
Exactly. And well-deserved. Well-deserved. Well, like, he scored very well, and I can see why.
We're number 3.
We're number 3.
Woo.
We're number 3. Okay.
Not the best, not the worst.
We are now down to our top 2. I would say we have now taken another leap we have Dua Lipa'd in quality in this top 2. I adore both these songs. I adore both these artists. But Nick, spoil the first place by giving us the second place entry in our ranking.
So, our second place for Austria's last 10 years, we have chosen to run with, and I hope that we're not trying to do this to become edgy or have a theme ongoing. We have chosen to add 2025's winning performance by JJ. It is the song "Wasted Love." Now, of course, for Switzerland, we also had the winner in second place. We're not trying to be
coincidence, guys. This is an actual coincidence.
So, this song is fantastic.
Yes.
This song is incredible. JJ's amazing.
Yes. Love him.
The thing that I think that keeps this one down for me from first place is just that I find it doesn't have the same re-listenability
as our first place.
Yes. I would say that the staging is maybe a little bit overdone.
I agree.
It felt like a much better executed version of, if everyone remembers, like Cyprus from this year.
It's the Sergio Hayen.
Exactly. It's the Sergio Hayen effect, where I think so. This is his second year running Eurovision performances and doing the staging for them. I think that not to always bring it up, but I think with Bambi Tog, I think he found the exact right sort of blend of like performance and staging. I think this year he went a little bit too hard over.
Yeah, he went a bit style over substance.
Exactly. So I'm excited to see what we see from Sergio in coming years.
But he won the bloody thing with the song. So.
Exactly. So what are your sort of thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think 2025, we've had a couple of months now to process a lot of the songs, to get out of the glow of it, and to really think and be a bit more critical about it. Austria was never really in contention for like my favorite song of this year. I pretty famously didn't put it in my top 5 in either my pre or post ranking.
Yep.
I think the operatic nature just isn't for me personally. I think the bonkers ending is what really elevates it though. Such a cool choice with all of the chaos that happened in 2025. I'm so glad that we could celebrate the winner through JJ. So thank you, Austria, for saving us from the darkest timeline. I do agree with you though. I think staging wise, it was a little bit overproduced, but I think that my biggest issue is two things. One, I don't like that JJ didn't opt to figure out a way to do vocals in the giant breakdown at the end, the EDM drop. I understand it's vocal cuts and he's not going to sit here and go, like I don't expect him to do that, but maybe he could do vocal runs over the top. He just doesn't sing it. The other thing too is it would have made so much more sense if in that drop something changed in the camera, whether we blew into color, like the screen filled with color,
Yep.
or it went from fully grayscale to like fully red, or it flicked between like red and gray, like just something visually to sort of make the last part of the song feel distinct from that first part. Never happened, and I felt like that was a little bit of a letdown for me. But I also think we are discussing the reasons why we didn't have it as our number one. I think we need to celebrate the silver medal.
Why we have it as our number 2.
So reasons why we had it as number 2 is I think JJ, of all of the people on this whole top 10 list, is far and away, by a country mile, the best vocalist.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's going to go down in history as one of the best vocalists in Eurovision of the last kind of decade or whatever.
Probably one of the most flawless vocal performances that we've ever seen.
And to do that level of opera, I think also I really, really love that it's more of a popra styling. We've seen opera done before. We've seen it done quite classically. I am of the agreement that whilst Nemo had opera elements in their song, it's not an opera song.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see a song, I think, really balance pop and opera in a way that they both feel they have equal footing. Awesome.
Yeah.
The song is so flawless. It has been dissected a million different ways this Eurovision season. And I think it's just a fantastic performance by a fantastic up-and-coming artist, and I can't wait to see what he does next. But there is one song that I think both of us agree had a charm and a wit and a replayability about it that it's probably become one of our favorite Eurovision songs to this day, and that's why it's number 1. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the gold medal for our Austrian Eurovision songs top 10 goes to the 2023 divas themselves, Taya and Selena, with Who the Hell is Edgar?
Now I want to open this one.
You want to open it with
Now I would like to open it again. I think that there is some part of me that is conscious of how much we've spoken in some of the other entries about...
I know exactly what you're about to say.
About a excellent song in recording being let down by the
Weak
live
staging.
Performance.
Yes, we are not ignorant to the fact that this song
Could have definitely been done better.
let down quite badly by its performance.
Unfortunately, I think that this song is so good. And I think vocally in general was performed very well.
Yeah, the vocals weren't the problem with the staging.
There were definitely parts of it that were a bit sort of light on and could have been better. But I think that this song just has such a staying power that we will continue to see. Like, if we don't see Taya and Selena performing this at Eurovision 2026 in Austria,
in the street,
I will be genuinely quite surprised.
Yeah, well, Taya's got to be there. She bloody wrote.
She's got to bloody be there anyway,
yeah.
isn't she? I think that this song is such a fantastic example of clever songwriting.
Yeah.
And being able to present a point of view without being too literal and on the nose.
I'm obsessed with just how clever and humorous this song is without being overtly either. This is just like such good, not just songwriting, but just everything about it, right? Like the song is both a statement of being an artist in the music industry and how little you get paid, and a real cynical take on that, whilst also telling the story of being possessed by the spirit of Edgar Allan Poe. And neither of those elements feel particularly clashing or conflicting.
No.
How?
How? I don't know.
That is genius level songwriting to me, to be able to balance something as stupid as Edgar Allan Poe possessing you and have it be a witty, biting take on the music industry at the same time. Like, that's brilliant.
Yeah. And I think that for me, this song sort of goes down in Eurovision history as one of the most clever performances that we've seen. I will say the Austrian delegation let them the fuck down with that staging.
Well, I think when you talk about that, because I cannot believe with a music video that we got in 2023 that is so brilliant. And I remember the Euro fandom at the time when that music video got released. Everybody was losing it over how good the song was, how great the staging was. To then see the live performance be lacking all of the humor that music video had, and instead just somebody on Photoshop cutting out the same dancer and duplicating them like 100 times. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, like, Austria, you had it right there.
Yeah, they could have literally just copied the 1950s typewriter women. They could have, in one of the choruses, slapped on mustaches and pretended to be men. Like, you could have had, like, the office workers in the background doing the choreographed dancing.
Yeah.
You could have done the whole thing. They could have done a whole first verse choreographed around them on typewriters. Everyone's doing the same thing. That you could have done so much that would have elevated this song.
To me,
did none of it.
Yeah, to me, this song is also the gold medal of wasted potential.
Wasted love?
No, that was the silver medal. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Position number 2 goes to Wasted Love. Position number 1 goes to Wasted Potential. Because this song, again, not to be dramatic, we were all rooting for you. And I know that we're reflecting like this on our first place, but oh my God.
I think the fact that this is still first place just goes to show how great this song is.
Yeah.
That I think it sort of transcends to a point where the live performance becomes less and less important because it is just such a good song. And if your song is that good, you know, then maybe the live performance doesn't weigh as heavily in the ranking. In saying that, it's not like the staging was... It was not great, but it's not like they delivered it well. They delivered the vocals well. They had stage presence. I also think they were let down by opening the grand final, and being the number 1 spot's never a good place to go if you want points. So, like, I don't necessarily think it's entirely the fault of unoriginal staging.
But you want my hot take? If they had brought real staging, they wouldn't have been put into first.
Been given the first place draw. I completely agree with you.
Like, they would have been given a selected spot.
Yes.
Because it would have been... I genuinely think that if it had been brought to the stage in a more complete package, I think they would have seen this given a producer slot.
I agree. I completely agree. Yeah. But yes, closing thoughts are... I think that the staging was a letdown, but I don't think it was a disaster or like you know, we watched 2023 somewhat recently and you don't watch it back thinking like, oh my God, what a disaster performance. You go, it's delivered really well. I just wish there was more, which means that when we actually analyze the song itself, one of the most creative, witty songs I can remember in Eurovision, delivered by 2 artists who I think are just so exciting and had such clear vision, who can sing their asses off, and their little rap sections. Again, how can you add a rap section to this song? Not like a rap, you know, but like the sort of talk rap they were doing, and still have it not sound tacky. Like this song, if it was handled by any other artist, would be bad. It would be poorly written. It would be cringe. And it's the fact that this song is none of those things. That is a level of artistry that I think is worthy of number 1.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So
that brings us...
Congratulations to Taya and Selena for taking out first place in our Austria Top 10.
Every fucking time.
Pretend that was an applause, ladies and gentlemen. Pretend that was an applause. There we go.
Oh, it didn't get stuck on this time.
That's short one this time.
Yeah, look, I think reflecting back on Austria's last 10 years, there have been swings and misses.
Inconsistent.
But I'd say overall a pretty high standard of quality.
I think I can say that I feel positive about most of their songs. I'd say it's probably only 3 or 4 songs that I really enjoyed from Austria. And I think that on the lower end of the ranking, some real sort of flops, but again, we said it at the top of the episode, we'll say it now. I think that if Austria can just nail their staging, and look, Wasted Love was showing us that they care about staging and they can pull it off.
Exactly. It's showing us that they want to be there.
Dare I say, even We Will Rave in 2024 was even a massive leap forward in staging. So like, if they keep it up, then if they can combine the quality of songwriting and vocals that they've gotten out of, you know, some of the artists of the last couple of years, and they put it to like better staging too, then I think they could become a kind of new powerhouse. So
I agree.
Yes. With that, we are at the end of another episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, as always, for being here with us. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Get down in the comments. We would love to see your own personal rankings.
Where would you rank these songs?
Yeah, tell us we're idiots, but say it nicely.
Say it nicely, and then we won't care.
Exactly.
We're excited to keep doing these little country rankings. Leave in the comments countries you want us to talk about. We will get around to them. We have a little list of what we want to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, petrol's really expensive at the moment, so we're trying to decide where we can afford to fly the plane to next.
I will say some of our choices will make a lot of sense in the coming months. And that's all I'm going to say on that.
Ooh.
Yes, but with that, we will close out the episode. So thank you guys so much for watching.
We'll see you on the next one.
Baby.